And the fact is, the situation so dire out in West Middle Tennessee is that they can't get to situations like where Christina is right now. There's a fire raging behind her because of all their resources being tied up elsewhere. She joins us now.
Yeah, you guys were talking about this before, and Neil, you just hit the nail on the head. I have never in my life seen anything like this. This fire behind me, neighbors have been telling us, has been raging for, I would say, about 24 hours or so. This is unbelievable, really, since just after the flooding on Saturday. So first of all, this house gets hit by flooding. Then neighbors say they don't know what it was, but it caught fire, and it's just been allowed to burn since that point because they can't get the resources out here, and there's no water and no power in this neighborhood, so they can't do anything to help. So this is just a burning pile of rubble that used to be a home. And what I think we're looking at here is, you can look just to the left. That's the foundation that we believe this home came from. So first it gets swept up by the floodwaters, then it's moved, catches fire, and has just burned up to nothing. This entire neighborhood, just to put it in perspective, by the way, I'm on Joe Street in Waverly. It is an absolute disaster. You guys know it's a disaster out here, but what we're seeing is just heart-shattering. Look at this house right now that is just smack in the middle of Joe Street. We were driving down the road, and all of a sudden you look up and there is just a home that has been ripped off its foundation, just sitting in the middle of the road. Look, there's devastation all over this neighborhood here. Everywhere you look, you're seeing these homes that have been completely moved, swept aside, crumbled. And one of the things that I've noticed about most of them is that these are single-story houses. And when it comes to flash flooding, that is just so dangerous. When you have a flash flood emergency like what we saw on Saturday, the goal is to get to higher ground. But when you live in a low-lying area, you live in a single-story home, that just puts that danger in perspective, because where's higher ground for you at that point? So again, this is just what we've been seeing all morning long in Waverly. It's a different situation everywhere you go, but this is something I had to show you guys. It's so unique with the fact that there's just a fire burning here in the middle of this neighborhood that's now deserted after the flooding. We're going to keep bringing you the stories from these neighborhoods in Waverly all morning long. But for now, I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio.